Hey guys, Masonry for Life here. I just got done recording a video called Challenge to David Icke. I don't think he's gonna respond, but anyways, um, I was just bored, and I thought I would just kind of spend a few minutes talking about why I became a Freemason. When I was little, I grew up on a farm. My family was not very rich. Probably making $14,000 a year. We were living on a farm, could barely pay for food or even our house payments. Grew up on rummage sale clothes. That was my life growing up. So when I was about 2 years old, well, a little bit younger than that, my mom realized something was kind of different with me. For one thing, I wasn't growing, and my legs weren't growing, and I had a real hard time walking. And so she took me to the doctors, and they found out that I had a pinched nerve in my back, to where it wasn't making my legs grow as they should have, and then also I was missing cartilage in both knees, which made it very painful for me to walk, very painful for me to stand or do anything else like that. So my family, making, like I said, $14,000 a year, cannot pay for the doctors. And so one day some Shriners came to my house, and they offered to pay for every single cent, and they didn't expect a single cent back. So all in all, they paid for my trip over to the hospital, for my mom to stay, a hotel room for my mom to stay in, just for months on end while I was getting my knees and my back fixed. And all in all, it ended up costing the Shriners about almost $750,000 approximately, to fix me, and they didn't ask for a cent back. And then from that day, they kind of just watched out for me. They, after applying for a scholarship, they granted me a $500 scholarship, which I kindly turned away, just for the fact because I was leaving for the Navy and I didn't really need the money for college. But it's just those helping people that made me make up my mind as to why I should. And it just kind of hurts to know that people are, how do I say, people say so many bad things about Masonry, and it just hurts to know that, people that have devoted their entire lives to helping people, to making them feel better, to, just helping make the world a better place, for a 2-year-old boy, so he could walk again, and so he could live an active life, and he could go into the military, and he could do something good with his life. I was in wrestling. I was in Minnesota State Wrestling all my, young adulthood, and it wouldn't have been possible without the Shriners, or even Freemasonry at that. Because you have to be a Freemason to be a Shriner, and back and forth. And I'm just internally grateful to all those people that have helped me, that helped me live a better life for myself. And because if not, I would have been in a wheelchair. And so it just goes to show that there are still good people out there, and if I could ever repay Freemasonry for that, I would gladly do it. So another thing, okay. Everyone should know what this is. Alright. This is my own personal copy. Oro Ap Kale. order out of chaos. Um, I was just thinking about that actually, and I was watching some YouTube video, really, really stupid. But I was starting to think about this order out of chaos, and I was thinking to myself, and maybe order out of chaos is not such a bad thing. If you close your eyes and you think about this, and there's death, destruction, war, famine, people, neighbors killing neighbors, people murdering their own kids, what we're seeing today, so much chaos, so much death, so much pain and anguish. And Freemasons are the only ones that, how do I say it, even remotely like what I want to say, we're the order out of chaos. We're the ones that are not afraid to stand up and say, hey, this is wrong. We're not going to go for this. Another thing was the JFK speech. In my own personal opinion, the Jesuits murdered JFK. Just as I think that they murdered Abraham Lincoln. Because both presidents supposedly wrote speeches against the Catholic Church. Even though JFK was a Catholic, I believe he still wrote that speech against communism and against the Catholic Church, more especially the Jesuits, and he was murdered for that. If you have any questions about that, just message me. I'm trying to think what else here. Well, I'm really missing my wife. It's been a while since I've seen her, and it's gonna be a good time when I get to be with her again. I miss my little boy. His name is Taj, and I just miss him a lot. So I guess if you have any questions about Masonry, ask a Mason. It's not just for rich people, because I'm still not making that much. I'm making maybe $16,000, $17,000 a year. Not every single Mason is rich. But in a lodge, we're all equal, and we'll still shake your hand, even if you're a plumber. And a king or a prince or anyone like that will come up to you, even if you're a plumber, shake your hand and say, "How are you, brother?" So that's how it goes in my lodge. Everyone meets on the level and on the square. And for me, there's no greater institution than that. So once again, thanks for listening, guys. Take care, and hope to see you some other time. Peace.